What's up? Anime Death Spiral, I guess. You know, we're trying a new type of intro. I'm not going to do like the whole like joke bit thing. That's kind of, you know, we kind of played that out. So I'm just keeping it casual now. Hey, you know, how's it going? Tell me what's up.
Man, you're throwing me off so hard. I usually get into it using the kind of like the mimetic device of the intro, but shit. I mean, you're really putting me on the spot here. Oh fuck.
No, it's like cool. You just like
shit.
We're just trying to keep it a casual vibe. Yeah, everyone's cool. You know, it's like you can talk about anime. We can talk about life.
Right.
Like, you know, we're cool,
shit,
chill
fuck.
people now. You know, we're not doing like a whole thing.
Shit, man.
Would it help if I like came up with a
hold
little thing?
on. I got one. Did you see the earthquake? Oh fuck. Oh,
no, you
that's
messed
a
up.
bad topic.
You messed that one up, man.
That's a bad topic. Fuck, I didn't mean to bring that up. Oh, it's really bad. It's like bad. People are like in trouble. I didn't mean to talk about that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh no, you brought up the earthquake.
I needed structure for this. Why did you do this? You fucked me up and made me bring up the earthquake. God damn it.
First of all, the earthquake was like 10 years ago, man.
No, the one from yesterday.
Oh, there was an earthquake yesterday.
The new one. The new really bad one. I
See,
shouldn't have
you
brought
know,
it up.
I'm just so
you
chill.
You don't even know about it.
I'm just so chill that I didn't even know about it.
You didn't even know about it. Why did I even bring it up? It was a 7.1 earthquake. People are like in trouble.
Did it happen in Japan?
Yeah, it was a Japan one, man. It was like really bad.
Oh no.
It was like another really bad one. It's like, what?
Oh, this is really bad for
like
us.
Really
That's
bad
where all of our content comes from.
I know. And it was like 7.1. You know that's the bad number.
It's not a great number, but let's be honest. They've had higher numbers. I think that they probably have a lot of infrastructure that is specifically built to tolerate the higher numbers. Like, we all saw Japan Sinks 2020, right? We all definitely watched that. Because
I thought it was in bad taste.
Well, because of the previous earthquake.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody made an anime called California Burns, I would have a little bit of a problem. I don't know. It's like, come on, dude. What the fuck?
What would that even be? Would that be about like firefighters? Like,
it would be like Japan Sinks, where it's like people who are just normal people running away and watching their houses burn and stuff.
That's just called living in California, dog.
Yeah, I know. That's why they're sympathetic. That's why they're good subjects for the movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's like,
oh no, it's
like bad.
That's awful. I didn't actually know about the earthquake.
God damn it. Yep. Looks like,
in my defense, I was watching anime instead of the news, and I feel like that is, you know, that's the spot that I was meant to occupy in this life.
Yeah, like destroyed a whole mall.
Well, I mean,
no,
let's be honest.
Don't say it. There were people in the mall. Don't say it.
I'm not glad that it hurt the people.
It was like, what does it say here? The Southwest looks like Kyushu.
So down in the southern tip.
Kumamoto Prefecture.
Okay.
Looks like it got rocked pretty hard. They had a mall called the Aeon Mall, which is
that's a series of malls that are all throughout Japan. I saw several of them. But yeah, that is awful news. And to move it off of this very dark subject,
you fucked us. You fucked us.
You brought it up.
You fucked us.
You brought it up.
I didn't mean to. You left it open.
Okay. All right.
My God.
Does this mean that we can't talk about Kaiju Girl Caramelize now? Because that also involves...
It seems like in bad taste. But she doesn't cause an earthquake.
No, she does destroy some buildings. I still want to talk about it. I feel like we can't let this tragedy the show must go on.
All right, you want to talk about it so bad? We'll talk about it.
I do want to talk about
Kaiju girl.
mainly because
Caramelize.
This is something that we watched together, which is not our usual mode of watching stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what our opinions are.
I would prefer not to.
Yeah, it's kind of like you don't want to be in the same room where you're doing something shameful, right?
I'm a little different from most people, so yeah.
So we both watched the first episode of Kaiju Girl Caramelize.
Yes.
Which is
from the famous pervert studio Leiden Films.
Yep.
Infamous.
What else have they done?
Oh, like Haite Kudasai Takamine-san. Yofukashi no Uta. Rurouni Kenshin, obviously.
Okay.
The big one.
We're staying away from controversial topics.
Yeah, it's a lot of unsavory stuff going on here.
Okay, so not off to a great start, and to be fair, there was some perviness in the first episode. Some leering camera angles for sure.
I don't know, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. So I guess let's start at what it is, and it is a story about a girl who turns into a off-brand Godzilla when she gets all heated up. The story doesn't really come out and say it like straight, but it's pretty heavily implied that she turns into a giant monster when she gets horny. Specifically for the guy that she has a crush on.
I mean, it's
in her class.
It's more ambiguous than that. I think it's when she becomes emotionally excited or overwhelmed.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing.
Yes,
it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing, and it does. You're right. It does show that because we're established with a shot of her when she's like a little kid. A scene of her when she's a little kid and discovering that she, her hand turns into a big monster hand after getting kind of like worked up at school.
And when she gets bullied,
when she gets bullied,
she gets a monster hand.
So whenever she's in like a heightened, we'll just call it Hulk rules. It's Hulk rules.
Sure, it's Hulk rules. He turns into Hulk when he gets horny.
That's that's canonical. Everybody knows that.
If you say so. I guess that's happening in the new Spider-Man movie.
Stan Lee specifically said that about the Hulk all the time. He would always be at conventions saying, "Hey, do you know that the Hulk he hulks out when he gets horny too, not just when he's mad." He was always saying that to people.
I do remember something about that in the Mallrats cameo he made
when he came up to Silent Bob and said, "Hey, do you remember when the Hulk gets horny?" I love that scene. That's a really funny scene.
Yeah, it's really movie's really funny. Mm-hmm. It's a really funny movie.
Yeah, we're big Kevin Smith fans on this podcast.
Really love the View Askew catalog. Really into that shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, that's the basic setup for the story. The summary that I had read before watching the episode kind of made it seem like it was more romance-focused. I mean, it is romance-focused, but I was surprised, and like you pointed this out when we were watching it, that specifically when she's interacting with the guy in her class that she has a crush on, who's like this... He's like the typical pretty boy kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
And she's like kind of a dick to him.
She's like
when they're
mean. She's like a mean, bad person. Like she sucks.
She's like straight up. You're going in. You want to assume that it's your standard like social anxiety kind of quiet girl who this is how her emotions are manifesting, bursting out of her, which it is. But like, she's not actually like a kind of like mousy, like standard kind of quiet nerd girl.
She's not withdrawn. She's like aggressive.
She's straight up like rude and mean and aggressive,
and not in,
especially when
the fun way, like in the like that Yuri I told you about My Girlfriend Isn't Here Today, where the main character is like,
Yeah.
she's like aggressively mean and rude to people in a really funny way. It's less endearing here because like she's just mean. That's our introduction to this character.
And I'm trying to figure out, like, because I pointed out that this dude, the pretty boy in the class, he genuinely seems to have, if not romantic feelings, straight away. He's like generally trying to just be nice to her. He's just trying to be like a normal dude, like trying to like make friends, right? And as because she was getting bullied in class, and so yeah, he felt a little sorry for her. He's like, that wasn't cool. I'm gonna go see if she's okay. But as soon as he does, she's just like, hey, dude, leave me alone. You suck. You're so stuck up because you're one of the pretties. Like, you don't understand what it's like to be me. Which, like, okay, I guess maybe that makes sense, knowing that she's been dealing with
Monstrification.
Monstrification since she was a little kid.
Yeah.
But also, you think that, like, maybe she would be happy to have someone genuinely just try and like be chill with her for a moment, It seems like she was pretty used to the bullying at that point, again, because of the monstrification. And he was like,
wait, hold on. I need to clarify too. This wasn't like regular anime bullying where like kids are like indescribably cruel to each other for no reason. This was like a girl was like, you're kind of weird, and then she like ran off. She like runs away.
We've all been that age at one point. Who knows what is going to set you off?
Just wild.
I don't know. It is wild, and so I guess we haven't really gotten too far into what this the structure of this story is going to be like. I assume that she's probably going to like end up fighting other giant monsters at some point.
That's
right?
where you're going?
That's where I'm assuming that they're going to have to go with this. We get kind of a snapshot of unintroduced but like featured characters. It's like, all right, these are the people that we're going to meet in the future episodes. These are all of the ones to pay attention to. And one of them is her adopted mother, who at the end of the episode was kind of hinted at or revealed that she's part of some kind of organization that is aware of the kaiju issue and like was specifically put in charge of this kid because they knew that she was going to turn into a giant monster at some point.
Yeah, because she fucking hatched from an egg.
Well, lots of people do that these days. It is the Reiwa era.
No mortal man of woman born.
I don't know. For the story setup, I think it's all fine. There were some funny moments in there. I was mostly disappointed on the 3D modeling that they used for the kaiju. It was better than most, but it wasn't great, in my opinion. Also, I'm just like not a fan of the off-brand Godzilla design, I guess. I'm a fan of weird monsters. They could have gone weirder with it.
You don't like Heartzilla?
It is, it's... I suppose that it is in line with the tone they're trying to set, because it does look like Godzilla, except she has giant kind of horns, like almost like devil horns or something. And then she's got a big spine on her back that also just has a big cartoon heart as part of its like profile design.
Yeah, she has heart eyes.
And she has heart eyes. I think it's cutesy, it's fine. I just wish that they did I wish that they weren't as on the nose with the Godzilla reference as they were, because to me, specifically the image of Godzilla like has a very specific connotation with the things it represents and the tone you're trying to portray.
Yeah.
Specifically like the horrors of nuclear war and the aftermath of World War II.
We just have to admit that, like, we are past that. Like,
we're in a post-political Godzilla climate.
Yeah, there is no amount of like Godzilla -1s that is going to be able to like shake, the dust off the original meaning.
Yeah. Oh man, -1 was so good.
It's good. It's good. I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah.
Godzilla 0. Good title.
We're counting back up.
Good title. That's really good for the SEO. But like, we're living in a world where like Kaiju number 8 was like one of the biggest fucking shows, and man, that's one that does not give a shit at all.
I have a lot of other problems with I have other problems with Kaiju number 8. Mostly I'm fine with the fact that he just looked like his own kaiju, like he had his own design that didn't look like Godzilla.
Yeah,
that was cool.
There were other
It was
kaiju.
bad that I think it was bad that they shrunk him back down to not kaiju size at some point.
I think it was bad that he was a 34-year-old man whose best friend was a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, no. Also, that's like a strong number 2 on the list of things that I didn't like about it. Like a really close number 2.
That part was pretty weird to me. That's a little weird. I don't know. Kind of strange.
Okay, fair enough. At least she seems to be interested in boys her own age. I'll give it to Caramelize on that one.
We don't even know
I don't
that.
know. We don't even. Well, they're in the same class, right?
We don't know
so
that.
I have to assume they're.
What if he was just hanging out? What if he was the teacher? We have no fucking idea who this guy is.
Okay, well, if it is revealed at the beginning of episode 2 that he is the teacher and not a classmate, then yeah, I'm gonna have a huge problem with that, Remy. That'll be weird.
Oh man, there's so many of those.
But he was wearing a school uniform.
He is wearing. We do get one clue in that seems like a young guy and he's wearing a school uniform.
Yeah.
It's still anime though.
It is anime. Always keep your eyes peeled when it comes to anime.
Trust, but verify.
Yep. Same thing with like the off-brand Godzilla Stinger music with the horns. Like if you can't just license it, like do something else. Do something. Don't even try and make it sound similar to. Just do something else.
What if instead of like Godzilla, they had gone the other way and done like a traditionally like non-Japanese kaiju, right? Just sidestep the whole issue.
Name one besides King Kong.
Well, King Kong is a pretty strong contender. I don't know why you took that one off the board right away.
Because it's the only one that I can think of. Name another one. Name
a giant monster?
Yeah.
The Kraken.
You don't see any issues with this girl turning into a giant squid when she becomes horny?
I see issues either way. I see issues as it stands now, and I see issues with the. What if she turned into a troll? A
Sasquatch. What if she turned into a Sasquatch?
What if she turned into a 100-foot tall Sasquatch? Yeah, fuck it.
Wait, that's just King Kong. God damn it.
What if she turned into a hill giant?
Yeah. Okay. Like a Jack and the Beanstalk. Like you grind your bones to make my bread kind of giant.
Absolutely. Fee fi fo fum and all that shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could totally see that.
Why not? I mean, why not? Honestly.
Yeah.
Because she'd be easily recognizable, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it is about branding. I'm just saying that if you can't license it, you have free reign to do something completely original, Now, if she had turned into the actual Tohei Films Godzilla character, fully licensed, I would be like 100% sold on this series.
That comes with so many other problems, though, because then your supporting cast can't turn into other Godzillas. They have to turn into, like, King Ghidorah or Mothra. Like, these are not equivalent kaiju,
I think they're pretty equivalent. Who's your favorite Godzilla opponent kaiju?
That's not Godzilla?
That's not Godzilla. Or, I guess it could be Mechagodzilla, but, like, that's not a great answer.
But I like Mechagodzilla. See, I like when I like Metal Sonic, you know? I like when there's like an evil doppelganger. I love that shit. Evil doppelgangers rock. That's why they always put that thing in like games where like
well, no, hold on.
You have to beat the evil version of yourself.
Shadow the Hedgehog is Sonic's evil doppelganger.
Well, no, Metal Sonic is. Shadow is his own person, and that's why he uses a gun. Metal Sonic was created to be Sonic.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him like the Dark Shadow version. That makes him a robot version. That's a completely distinct category.
I think a robot version is perfectly legible as an evil twin, evil clone, or whatever. Just because they're robots.
Do you think that they'll do a evil kaiju caramelize, like a mecha caramelize? That'd be kind of fun.
I mean, look, if this follows a trajectory that's similar to other mistaken identity style like progressions, yeah, we will have to follow like first she meets people who are similar to her, then she meets the variations, and then she meets the like, you know, Tokyo,
like the weirdos,
like Japan Defense Squad, the JSDF, like artificially created ones that are meant to like kill them, right? Like, that's the regular progression.
You know, they started off doing the standard thing where the JDSF shows up in helicopters. It's always in helicopters.
Their helicopters are impersonal. They depersonalize.
Yeah.
Like the military.
You know, and they fire off their rockets and missiles, and it obviously doesn't do anything.
They're stupid little rockets. They're ineffectual missiles.
And so we've already kind of got that thread set up that they've been obviously humiliated by their inability to kill this teenage girl, which I'm assuming they all knew 100% that she was a teenage girl. Based off of nothing, I'm just going to assume that they're all assholes who were trying to kill a teenage girl.
This is a problem with this entire setup because, again, we have established that this is not like a one-off incident, which means that like there are people out there aware of this phenomenon, which you know,
so you know that's part of what I was bringing up with her mother earlier is that they at least knew that she, born from an egg, was going to turn into a giant monster at some point.
No man.
Therefore, yeah.
No mortal man from woman born.
They obviously knew that sometimes people turn into giant monsters, right? So this, even if it's like a hidden society, some people seem to know and are trying to prevent this event from happening. That's why I assume we are going to see other kaiju show up at some point.
Yeah, and a mecha caramelize.
Well, maybe that'll be season 2.
Well, we'll never find out.
Yeah, I'm not going back.
I don't know if
I'm not supporting the perv company.
The first episode, the thing is, like, again, like, the first episode was not, like, scrub animation. It was clearly, like, a team doing the fucking thing, you know?
It looked pretty well besides
fine.
the 3D modeling, which also looked just fine, you know?
There was a lot of animation in there. Like, this was clearly a team that was like, this is going to be a real-ass anime. But, I don't know, it's not, like... unless you're already primed for this exact kind of shit, I don't know if this is going to, like, break wide.
I don't know.
Because it's kind of like, whatever. It really depends on how cute you think she is, and she's got a mullet, so I'm, like, way out already.
That was the first thing that you pointed out when we watched the episode.
I really
hate that bitch has a mullet.
I did not say that. I don't put words in my mouth. I wasn't rude to her. But I do hate mullets, and I hate the mullet trend. I don't like that we're going back to this thing. I do not like it at all. It's terrible.
Well, I feel... Okay, so you say mullet. She had a bob that had streamers behind it. Now, whether that is a type of mullet or not, I think that's up for debate. But when you say mullet, I think people have a very, like, you know, clear vision of what a mullet looks like, and it didn't look like that.
Short in the front, long in the back. I think that's pretty damn clear.
It was only short in the front comparative to the long-ass streamer tails that she had going out the back.
Yeah, that counts.
If you cut those off, it just would have been a regular-ass bob cut.
It's an anime girl mullet.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go get a mullet right now. Just watch.
Okay, fine. You're not an anime girl. I don't give a shit what you do with your hair.
Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah.
don't remind me.
Okay, listen. There are things that I've been sitting on. I just want to get it out because, like, at some point we're gonna have to like talk about other stuff.
Yes.
I just want to like speed run through some stuff because whatever, Caramelize, whatever. It is one of the most whatever shows this season. But I have been blasting through a bunch of manga, and I've been going back and doing some like actual work that I've been putting off for quite a long time. So I read all of Batum, right?
Okay.
Because I'm clearing way for a bunch of more Death Game stuff. I'm really trying to clean up the back catalog. And this is because the Shiboyugi playing Death Games to put food on the table movie came out really quickly in succession with the end of the season, which I thought was interesting.
You don't see that often.
Yeah, they really rushed it out. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've finished Batum ever, but did you know that he published 2 final volumes? One good end, one bad end. Did you know that?
No, that's awesome, though. That's like he did a Clue? Are you saying that he did a Clue?
Yes, he literally did a choose which ending you prefer, which on one hand, interesting. He wrote a little explanation at the end of each volume, going like, I wanted to do a thing no one has ever done in manga before, but also
Well,
like
in manga is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
yeah. But he's also like, I have the ending that like I kind of like, and then I made an ending for people that wouldn't like that ending. And it's sort of like, okay, so you know this is like a cowardly thing to do.
Yeah, I was about to say it sounds if you only did 2 endings, like that's not really like pushing the limits of choose your own kind of thing. That's just making an ending and then being afraid that people wouldn't like it and so putting out a different ending, which is it's a cowardly move. It has no honor behind it.
Yes, the unfortunate thing is, and he tries to skirt around this a little bit by saying, I have a preferred ending. But it is sort of like, dude, you put out 2 official endings here. You didn't really stick to your guns, did you? Now, that being said, they are fairly distinct endings. And I think, like, one of them, he tried to frame them as good and bad endings. But, like, it's kind of like one is, like, cool and one of them is just, like, okay. That's kind of how it broke down. Because Batum is a very, very stock standard Death Game, right? Mm-hmm. This is as straight down the middle as you can get. This is the Toyota Corolla of Death Games.
It'll just go forever if you maintain it.
It's got no special features. It's not turning heads, It does what it does. It goes down the road at a safe speed, and you fill the tank up about as regular as you think. But it does one thing which I really appreciate, which is at the end of the quote-unquote bad ending, when we've reached the inevitable point where we have unveiled the conspiracy behind the Death Game, right? We have reached the main character tragically but heroically sacrificing himself for his friends. And then we get to, like, the final confrontation with the big bad, who's like, and of course I'm getting away with it. Ha 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 ha. And the main character's girlfriend, Batum is it's a battle royale, but the main weapon is grenades, and they have various kinds of grenades. That's the flavor on top of the very standard Death Game.
It's what if battle royale, but all grenades.
It's all grenades. It's battle royale, but all grenades, based on a game that they all play. They're essentially like a 5-man kind of Call of Duty game, except instead of guns, you just have grenades.
That's really funny.
It is really funny. So the entire fight is about collecting grenades. And then at the final confrontation, they drop all this stupid shit. Like the stupid shit you'd expect. Like the main bad guy reveals that the girlfriend is like secretly his daughter. And like the whole game was just like a beta test for like taking over the world through a closed internet, which is very funny. And then, like, when you're like, okay, fine, whatever, it's the bad end, we're wrapping up. At the very last second, she whips out a fucking, like, a white phosphorus grenade and throws it in the old man's lap and like kills everyone, and except for her, she manages to survive. But it's like, oh hell yeah, dude, hell yeah, that rocks. Sure, the main character like blew himself up.
Wait, is that how Alex Garland came up with the ending for Annihilation?
No, unfortunately, he just thought of a worse version of what was already written in the book.
He just thought like, well, what if she just threw a white phosphorus grenade at it?
He pretty much was like, what if the end of the book I'm basing this on was like 50% more boring? This is about 100% more interesting than the quote unquote good end that he wrote, which is basically like our characters go into hiding. They all survive and they escape the island and they go into hiding.
Now, which is the end that the author said that he was the one that he liked?
The one where the girl tries to like suicide bomb the evil organization and like melts the flesh off the big bad guy.
Yeah, that's much cooler.
Yeah,
than
it's way
everybody's
cooler.
just-
It's fucking way cooler. It's so cool. And he's in a wheelchair, so he can't even like get away. It's like really messed up, but also it's very cool. It's neat. But it had been in my back catalog for a while because Batum is a fairly well-known death game. It's kind of up there in the pantheon.
How many chapters in?
Batum?
Like, how many chapters did it end on?
Shit, it's not super long. I want to say, like, it maybe hit a little over 100.
Okay, that's a pretty good run.
Maybe. Yeah, like 125, including both ending volumes.
Okay.
I think the anime only got, like, one season, so didn't even get close. But still, you know, for a death game, which are difficult to maintain interest in for people who aren't me, pretty good. The other one that was in my back catalog, which I've been ignoring for a long time, was High Rise Invasion. Have you heard of this one?
No. Is it like the raid?
It's more like the raid than it's not, I guess.
It's like 51% the raid.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, all right. So then I assume that it's about people going into some kind of high-rise building and there being some kind of action.
It is about people who wake up in a world that is only high rises. And they have to fucking fight around in like multiple high rises. They're just going from high rise to high rise, just fighting and killing. So, you know, a lot of it is in there.
Is there a street level?
No. The only way to get to the street level is jumping off and dying, which happens quite a lot.
So then what are they, jumping roof to roof? Are there bridges? How are they getting between high-rise buildings if there's no ground?
There are bridges. They have to travel over the bridges. As the movie says, there's 21 bridges. In Brooklyn, Manhattan.
Okay. All right. Follow-up question. Can they go inside the buildings?
Yes, but they can only go down so far before the stairs are blocked, because the whole point is you can't get to the bottom.
I see. Okay. So they are being held in this high-rise dimension against their will.
Exactly.
For some reason.
Exactly.
All right.
And so in this one, it is also essentially a battle royale, but no grenade gimmick. They pretty much, all weapons are on the table. Anybody can use anything. I haven't finished this one yet, so I don't know if it has a split ending. I hope not. But it is weird, and there is a spin-off, so maybe that does count as a split ending.
I mean, are the death game contestants the only people in High Rise World, or do they like encounter, like, are there weird, like, entities that live inside the buildings?
Everyone, as far as I can understand, everyone starts off as a regular person who has been like whisked away into this world. Then some people will just find this mask lying on the ground. They're like scattered all over the place. And there's a few different kinds, But when they put it on, it like warps their brain. And then they're forced to like obey the commands of the mask.
Uh-huh.
And some of them become like sysadmins, and they have to like maintain the death game. Some of them become like straight antagonists, and they have to kill or force suicide anybody that they come across. Some of them just become pack mules, and they're the ones that have to like deliver food and weapons around, which sounds like the worst outcome.
Yeah, that sounds like I got turned into a monster, but also I have a job.
Yeah, I
have to do a job.
I have to
have a
wander
shitty
around
job.
putting like egg salad sandwiches in crevices. It like really sucks. It really sucks. But yeah, it's like the main characters wander around trying to become powerful enough to end the game. And they get to decide how many or how few people they kill. Though, you know, in a death game, you want to be the killer and not the killed. So you're probably going to be killing a lot.
Yeah, no, ideally you should be killing the most.
Yeah,
if you're going to win the death game.
You should be killing like a lot. And this is also like one of the more popular ones. I know this also got an anime, though, again, I don't think it was like particularly well loved. Maybe, I think the anime got like 12 episodes before it crashed and burned. Death games.
Well, that's pretty standard these days, you know.
It's hard to get these things off the ground, you know? It's really difficult.
You know, I often think I don't think that it's right to conceptualize it as it like getting canceled after one season. I think the way the anime industry views stuff like that is they made one season of an anime to try and advertise the manga to boost manga sales.
I think they would prefer people to watch the anime.
I don't know. I think there's a higher markup margin on having to physically buy the tankobon volumes.
Yeah, I think they would probably prefer that, like all the money and resources they put making an entire fucking anime like paid off itself and not like in manga sales.
It operates just like Costco's hot dogs, dude. All of these anime series are loss leaders.
Yeah,
they
totally.
Intentionally lose money to bring in, customer goodwill. It's simple economics,
Yeah, that's got to be it. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why even bother continuing the Naruto anime? Like they sold so many copies of the manga.
I mean, they did though. They did sell so many copies of the manga.
Yeah, why did they keep bothering making the show? It was way more expensive.
All I'm saying is that they probably have sold way more of the manga than they ever did of Blu-ray or DVD sales for Naruto. But I'm not going to look up that fact because I don't fact check on this show.
Yeah, and you're not going to think about the economics of selling a bunch of pieces of paper.
No, I'm not going to think about anything that I say.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Anyway, these are two like bog standard battle royales. One being a very, very standard battle royale. In like literally the battle royale sense of like a twisted society has produced a death game where like young people have to kill each other. And the other one being like a sort of surreal, almost like fantastical death game where like the rules of reality are slightly bent to make people kill each other in crazy ways. But otherwise pretty standard. This leads me to the Shiboyugi playing death games to put money on the table movie, which is much, much stranger than either of these things. As a modern death game example, and unfortunately, the modern death game example, because honestly, like name another death game that's happening right now.
Yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can't even think of one.
I can't even think of one.
Yeah. This is a problem. This is a real problem.
Well, maybe for you, because you really like death games.
It's definitely a problem for me, and it's definitely a problem for people who are trying to sell death games. I can name a few that are like running manga right now, but like not a lot anime, even not just this season, in like seasons. There is Last Samurai Standing is a live action Netflix show right now. That's
That's
pretty close.
I mean, I guess that's a death game, I guess.
Yeah. That weird adaptation of Alice in Wonderland one was also a live action Netflix show. So we got two Netflix shows. That one actually reached the end.
Obviously Beast Games, on Amazon. That was a big death game that came out last year.
Beast Games?
Yeah, Mr. Beast, the world's most famous YouTuber.
Shit, did he kill people in that? I didn't.
Yeah, no. They did a crossover episode with Survivor where the survivors came in and killed a bunch of the Beast Games contestants.
Damn,
and then
that's
ate
crazy.
them.
I know they made a live action version of Squid Game, but I didn't keep up on it, so I didn't know if they actually killed the contestants in that.
Yeah, no, they shot those dudes like dead right on
Did I
camera.
say live action? I meant a reality show version. I think Squid Game was live action already.
Yeah, well, it was live filmed. Yeah, no, you were right. They streamed it.
Bringing me back to Shiboyugi, which is very, very unique, not just in content, because these are death games that are played out in miniature, and the characters get to go home and then play more of them, which is incredibly non-standard. I know that does happen in Squid Game for one guy, but that's not usually how this works. Maybe twice, but our character in Shiboyugi, her goal is to beat 99 death games in a row.
That's
a bit of a deviation.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the concept. 99 death games in a row seems like an aggressive number to go for,
It's a lot, yeah.
Would it functionally change the story if she only had to do, say, 10 death games in a row?
Yes, because we aren't even introduced to her until she is like 30 in.
Well, at that point, if you have already survived 30 death games, I feel like random chance is no longer an issue. You're just really good at surviving death games. You've proven that you're a master of surviving death games if you do it 30 times. Therefore, it's not that much more impressive if you do it 60, 70 more times.
Maybe not to you.
After that. It's definitely not to me. I'm not impressed.
You're not impressed.
If she's already 30 deep when we're introduced, then what do I care about the other ones that she has to do? You're not even going to show all of them. There was probably another time skip at some point where it's like, all right, now she's 50 in.
We do not see every single death game because that would be excruciating and probably boring.
Yeah.
Though I could see a fun thing where you try to do one death game an episode and just try to hit 100 episodes. That would be pretty crazy.
Well, as soon as you said 99 death games in a row, that's what I assumed that they were going to be doing. It's like a Monster of the Week episode, but each week is a new death game.
No, that is not what we're doing. Also, there's a big thing in the death game community here where actually they call it the Wall of 30 because once you hit 30 death games, that's usually when people crack and then they die. It's kind of like the noob wall, right?
Sure.
The great filter.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Because as she goes, you kind of realize most of the contestants here are hitting maybe 10 to 20, and then they're dead. That's a pretty big feature.
Okay, well, now I'm even less impressed with her because it sounds like it's pretty easy for a bunch of people to survive at least 20 death games.
It's completely random though, right? Because in this world, we're playing all kinds of death games, and a lot of kinds of death games have a very high survival rate until you end up in one of the death games where there is a one survivor, right? And those are the big filters. Not many people make it out of that.
Wait, okay. So now these death games can have multiple survivors in them, except for a few. I guess I need a little bit. When you say death game, are you there is one game that they have to survive, or there is a when I heard death game, I assumed that she had to survive a last man standing style battle royale each time.
No. No, that's just one kind of death game. There are many, many kinds of death games. You know, what we see most often we see a lot of battle royales, right? There are a lot of battle royale death games. But there also are a lot of escape room death games. There is Wolf game, Jinro game death games. There are team death games, right? Where teams are pitted against each other to either kill or complete goals before the other team, and whoever wins, like the other team gets wiped out, right?
Sure.
So there are many different versions of this where there are high survivor counts.
Okay. I guess I understand that there are many different modes of death game. I was assuming that as a prerequisite, each time there would only be one survivor, regardless of what the activity was.
No. Though in her death game history, we do get a couple flashes of like the death games that really define her personality, and it includes one that really rocked her shit, which is called they call it Candlewoods, and that is a team one. That was a hunter and hunted, a small group of hunters and a large group of hunted. But in that game in particular, one of the hunted girls is an insane psycho killer and decides to just completely ruin the game by killing every single person herself. She ends up killing our main character's mentor, and that's what makes her kind of go insane and try to do 99 wins.
Ah, see, there's the motivation.
Yeah, that ties really closely to this movie, because at the end of the season, we get the completion of that arc, where we finally learn what happened in Candlewoods, how her mentor died, how she became obsessed with, like, finishing 99 death games, what she even bothers to live for, because, like, clearly she is, like, very psychologically damaged by all the killings. Like, really fucked up.
Yeah.
Really mentally busted.
It's generally considered not good for your mental health to be involved in, like, a lot of killing.
A lot of killing.
Like a lot of killing.
Like a lot of killing.
A little bit is all right. A little bit is doctor approved, you know. In fact, most doctors say that a little bit of killing on the weekends actually improves your health. But if you're doing like a lot of killing, that's a bad sign.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
And you know what really gets her too, and this is for everything. It's the variety of killing types. If you do one kind of killing, you just get numb to it, right? It doesn't even mean anything anymore. But if every single time you're doing killings that are different flavors of killings, you never get used to one kind of killing. It's fresh every time. And they all stack. It all compounds. That's what really gets you.
I mean, I do like variety. I am a fan of having choices available to me.
Sure.
So if there's a lot of types of killing to be had, that's better than doing a bunch of boring killings.
Why has humanity invented so many types of knives?
Obviously,
we invented the best one right off the bat. A big sharp thing. Why did we keep going?
Yeah, why aren't we all just still using sharp sticks? That was the best one.
That shit rocked. Why did we keep going? We nailed it in one. I don't understand. Like, what's the point of all the other ones? I don't get it. Except for this, that we crave originality. It's novelty that drives us forward, right? That's why you have a Bowie knife. That's why you have a kukri. That's why you have the butterfly. That's why you have the spring knife.
And they're all meant to kill specifically people in a unique way. Each one has their own function, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, it's a big thing in etiquette classes, learning which silverware is used for what type of killing. You know?
Well, think about trying to kill somebody with a Swiss Army knife compared to killing them with, I don't know, what's the short one, the wakizashi?
Yes, yeah.
Think of the difference between those.
Well, all I'm saying is that it'd be a lot harder to open a can with a wakizashi than the Swiss Army knife.
I think so too, but I've never tried it.
On the other hand, it is very funny to think about trying to kill somebody with one of those like joke Swiss Army knives that is wider than it is long and has like 56 attachments to it. and the knife is right in the middle. So it's kind of like holding a plate with a pointy stick on it. I think that's pretty funny if you try and kill somebody that way.
It's Riddick, right? But he's like, I'll kill you with my multi-tool. And then he would unflip as many of those things as possible, and it would hurt really bad. Because a lot of them are blunt.
Chronicles of Riddick is so cool. So cool, man. I love that movie.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Butcher's Bay, the Butcher's Bay game is still the coolest Riddick thing that has ever existed.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
But those are they're not bad. When he kills that guy with the teacup, that is probably the coolest thing in any of those movies.
Well, that and he's got alien tiger eyes.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool.
It's really cool.
I want alien tiger eyes.
When he's in the pit and the dogs come up to him and you realize that they have the same eyes, and so they're like chill with him. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. That is, yeah, pretty awesome. Or
But
like in Pitch Black when he fades back into the darkness and all you see is his eyes. Then he puts his goggles on and he says, "It's about family.
It's family.
It's about family."
Teacup. I will kill you with my teacup. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Anyway, what's put Shiboyugi, this movie is very strange, right? Because Shiboyugi is not particularly interested in what other death games are doing. It is very strange to me, and it's hard to talk about because what makes Shiboyugi so interesting and unique is also what makes it like boring and hard to watch, which is it's a bind. I think you'll agree.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm not particularly beholden to the death game genre. So, sounds like kind of a you problem. I'm going to be honest.
Well, this is not this. If somebody watches this, you are going to have so many more problems than just the regular death game problems, because this is an adaptation of a novel, and so there's a manga adaptation and an anime adaptation, but they are forked, which is a very interesting experiment. This happens every once in a while, and I really love it because you get to see people doing very big and different interpretive swings, which is great.
Uh-huh.
So, like, in the manga, our main character she is irritable, and she can get angry and nervous and sad, like very visibly so.
And when she does, she turns into a giant monster. Yeah, we've been over it.
Every once in a while. Well, she's a very tiny monster, and then she turns into a giant monster.
Okay.
In the anime, she's just a very, like, plain, almost catatonically emotionless kind of girl. So when she starts to crack, it's in a very quiet way, in that way that we've seen a lot of these, like, quiet, reserved, ultra capable type anime girls.
Yeah.
And in this movie, like the show, it's treating the novel as if it's like a very slow, contemplative tone poem in which all of the death game mechanics themselves are sort of tertiary to the emotional exploration of our characters. Who are all, more so than actual human beings, they are facets of our character's world.
Okay.
They're not really like people that our character is pinging off of. They're sort of like emotional tone maps that she is navigating through. And so the show is like obsessed with ellipses. It's obsessed with slow fades. It's obsessed with latching onto a single image and making you sit with it until you've interpreted it in like 4 or 5 different ways. It's really obsessed with layering dialogue on top of each other. It's really obsessed with characters as silhouette, as non-distinct. There are lots and lots of times in the show and the movie where characters have no faces at all. They are simply skin tone outlines, like plastered against like sort of out of focus backgrounds, and their movements are very subdued. There's not a lot of action as opposed to every other death game ever, which is a very action, it's a body genre, right? That's very action heavy.
Okay, I have to step in and ask real quick, just from that description, how much of that is intentionality by, the director, the art directors, the production staff, and how much of it is just like not wanting to animate more faces and more people and more action?
Well, I have to be careful about that, right? Because a big criticism of shows that try to make this more subdued, this more elliptical style, with people who aren't game to engage with that style, that is the criticism that will be leveraged every single time. They'll say, unlike in a movie where we can hold on a character having an emotion for a long time. Not so much anymore. That's kind of been decimated by modern filmmaking. But there was a period of time when you could point a camera at an actor and just watch their face, right? There's that very famous clip of Bob Hoskins, I believe from The Long Good Friday, right? Where he's sitting in the back of like a taxi cab and he realizes he's completely fucked. And we just watch him realize that in real time by his facial expressions. And that's just like when you have an incredible legendary actor and you just let him do the fucking thing, you can get stuff like that.
He played Mario.
And he was great. One of the best cyberpunk movies ever made.
And that scene where we get that really long tracking shot of Mario just like waking up, brushing his teeth in the morning. There's kind of like a blue light filter on everything. He makes his coffee and he just like sits in his living room alone, smoking a cigarette. And the whole sequence takes like 12 minutes. Like, that was beautiful.
Only Bob Hoskins can do something like that.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in an anime, right? Because when you hold on a character like with, like a very silent scene, very gentle silent scene, and you hold on a character's face, people just go, budget, it's budget. If they don't want to engage in what the anime is trying to do. And to be fair, a lot of anime is made for 12-year-olds. So like who will not put up with a fucking minute-long scene of somebody's face. They don't want that. And like, if you do that, it is budget.
I did not mean to imply that accusation with my question. I guess I was more asking for something that is so subdued and contemplative in tone, or at least trying to be. Does it still look good? Does it look like they are still putting in effort to animate these subdued scenes well? Because, like you said, a lot of those, types of things can be used as a back way to just, have a character, like a static image of a character sit in front of a static background for a while.
What it does, and this is the problem with the movie for me, is that there are parts of the movie where it does feel like they have extended something or pushed something past the edge of interesting ambiguity into, wow, maybe they just didn't want to animate this anymore. It is very hard to tell sometimes. There are points in the movie where I do think, like, a bigger budget, more interesting movie would do something less static here. But that is mixed in with stuff that is genuinely interesting in that way. We have a lot of shots where the animation, and this is like really rare. I mean, we watch a lot of anime, so it's, you can tell like this doesn't happen a lot, where the framing is the most interesting part of the screen, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Where the way that a scene is composed, it's what makes the actual thing on screen interesting, rather than the way a character is moving or what colors are on the screen, right? There are multiple scenes where, like, what's happening doesn't even take up the entire frame, right? Which is very interesting. It's very weird and interesting for an anime. Like, a strip of movement that takes up just the top third of the screen and everything else underneath it is black for emphasis, is, like, really interesting. You know, when a character sits in front of like a raining backdrop, and the only thing moving on screen is the lighting changes, you know, casting different shadows like over a very slow, long period of time, as we get to sit with the character and try to like understand what is happening in their head, is good and doesn't happen in a lot of anime, because a lot of anime does not leave room for you to sit and try to feel what the character is feeling, which is all very interesting, ambitious stuff that I like. Unfortunately, this constantly teeters on the edge of like, are you genuinely asking me to sit here and like think my thoughts and feel my feelings, or are we extending this scene because you're trying to hit 80 minutes? You know, like it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are too many moments where it feels like I'm not sure which one you're going for. And it's compounded because the script is often written, and I know this is trying to mimic the sort of like current popular like Japanese fiction style, which is a lot of illusion, a lot of metaphorical emphasis, a lot of poetry instead of dialogue, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Which is fine. That's fine with me.
The Makoto Shinkai style of storytelling.
Yeah, and like Nishioi scene, right?
Yeah.
That kind of thing, except very, very stripped down, a lot of quiet, a lot of room for characters to process what they're hearing before they speak. And that does not help the case, because a lot of that is just playing around with productive and non-productive ambiguity. And sometimes even being as generous as I possibly can, sometimes it's like, I don't know what you're going for. I'm not sure you are doing like the thing, or if you're just trying to like fool me, which does not make me like endeared to the entire thing, which I otherwise find very, very interesting and unique in the current anime landscape. It reminds me of stuff that I really love, like Katanagatari, which I like is fantastic. It uses a very flat, simplistic animation style, along with a lot of quiet, contemplative scenes where characters are asking us to sit and feel with them. But it is punctuated with incredible like A++ animation, like fight scenes and stuff, which, you know, allows us to like reorient to like, oh yeah, no, they're doing the work. That is not always true for Shiboyugi, which is unfortunate. I still think this is like worth watching, but more because it's so novel than like it absolutely pulls off this like art house, you know, very, very ambitious project feel to it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that movie. It's on Netflix. You can watch it.
All right. I think that I've talked enough about anime for this week.
Yeah, you want to go and watch that right now, based on my description.
I do. Actually, you know, what I just pulled up was some stills from Katanagatari, and you didn't tell me that this looked awesome.
It fucking rocks. It's one of my favorite anime that nobody really talks about anymore.
Yeah, I want to watch this. This art style
really
kicks ass.
Fucking good. It's really good. Genuinely like an actual hidden gem, because I don't hear people talking about it.
I'm definitely going to go watch this right now.
Yeah, download that shit.
But also, I think I will check out Shiboyugi at some point. If only to get you to stop harping on me to watch more death games. It is the least death game of all the death games I think I've ever talked about on this show, but at least it is one. I can say for sure because it's got death game in the title. All right. Well, last week you said that you had a new ending in the works, so I'm just going to leave it to you. You know, go ahead, do your thing. I'm not gonna step in. I know when I'm not wanted.
Oh shit! It's still in the lab. Fuck.
So you don't have one? You don't have anything prepared?
Oh fuck. No. Let me check my notes app. fuck. Okay.
Oh, dude, you are letting me down so hard right now.
Earthquake. No, fuck. We talked about the earthquake already. Shit,
Stop bringing it up.
I didn't want to bring it up. Why did I bring it up again? Oh fuck. The anime, the spiraling back down the drain. For the to emerge for the next episode. That we're gonna talk about more anime. We're gonna talk about One Piece, new One Piece. We're gonna talk about some shows that we haven't got to yet. World is Dancing. Name another one.
Young ladies don't play fighting games.
Young ladies don't play fighting games.
Dude.
And that's gonna be it's gonna be really good. So go forth and die. No, that's Metalocalypse. Be out watching anime. Bye.
That was awful.
I said bye.
Bye. Hateful ending.